Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope everybody is fine and doing well, and I hope this month of Ramadan is doing well too. This is Abdul Manan Momin, the co-founder of Youth for Change, and I'm here with a new video. As we talked about the procedure of MUN conferences in our previous video, in this video I would like to talk about the procedure of debate in MUN conferences. At first, what debate is, let's have a bit light on debate first. Debate is actually a process that involves formal discussion on a particular topic. In debate, opposing arguments are put forward to argue for opposing viewpoints. Debate occurs in public meetings, academic institutions, and legislative assemblies. It's a formal type of discussion, often with a moderator and an audience, in addition to the debate. So, debate is a process, it's actually a win-lose process, in which the participants are from two sides or two teams. They are trying to put arguments against one another, and then the chair in the MUN conferences, he or she or they decide which side is the winner, and for example, who debates well. The chair decides in MUN conferences. So as it's a win-lose process, so there are two sides. One side must be the winner and one side must be the loser. Mostly debates occur in public meetings and academic institutions and legislative assemblies. It's a formal type of discussion which is moderated by a moderator, specifically by a chair or chairs in MUN conferences, in the committees of MUN conferences. The main rules of debate are, as number one, basic rules. First, we are going to talk about the basic rules of debate in Model United Nations conferences, specifically in MUN. The basic rules of a debate are that individual people from a team around a specific topic. Most likely the team represents the opinion they are for or against. A speaker is chosen in the debate team who will lead much of the debate. The speaker from one team starts out the debate, usually speaking from the affirmative viewpoint. The affirmative has the advantage of saying what the topic is and then expressing the team opinion. The opposing team speaker, called the negative, then rejects the way the first team presented the topic to the audience and presents its side of the argument. See, the basic rule is that one speaker from one team, he or she represents stance, maybe positive stance about the topic of that side. First, he or she is expressing his own point of view, then he is talking about the point of view of his team or her team, and then once he or she is done, then another representative of the second side, he or she just starts rejecting all the points the first team or the representative or the speaker of the first team just presented. So that's what debate is. First, maybe positive sides of a topic are discussed, then by the opponent team, all those arguments are rejected and new arguments are brought against that issue negatively. What are the preliminary aspects of debate in Model United Nations conferences? Both teams need to accept specific ground rules of how the debate will occur. Most of the time, this is done before the debate occurs in front of the public. A moderator or group of judges communicates with the teams to make sure each team agrees to the conditions of the debate. The most common condition is time allotted. Some debate teams may want to know beforehand what the topics are so the team can discuss among themselves. Moderators or judges can rejectably blah 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 blah. So, preliminary aspects. Prior to the conference, the Model United Nations conference, topics and countries are assigned for the delegates along with committees. So once they are assigned with their countries and committees, then the topics are announced to them maybe 2 or 3 days or maybe 1 week prior to the conference. They are investigating the topic, they are researching, they are trying to find solid arguments, in order to support his or her speech as a delegate. Once they are done, then the chair just sits time for debate session. Mostly in MUN conferences, there are two types of debate: closed debate and open debate. An open debate, when a chair sets time for an open debate, then the delegates are free to present their speeches for the topic or against the topic. On the other hand, if the chair sets time for a closed debate, it means that that time is allotted only for speeches upon the topic or against speeches upon the topic. This is a very good technique in the process of debate to persuade the audience to minimize the effectiveness of the other team's argument. So this is, you can see on the screen, the details. Let me just elaborate these details. How can you use the other team's arguments against them? See, being the delegates of a MUN conference, delegates must be very good note takers. They must be very active listeners too, in order to note very critical points. Once they note them, then they can use those critical points against the team by whom the arguments were presented. So that's a very good technique. Very good critical thinking is needed in order to analytical thinking is needed in order to analyze those arguments and use them against the opponent team. One more thing in the debate of MUN conferences is what minimize personal feelings. Within the process of debate, delegates should avoid personal feelings. There should not be personal feelings. They are not ordinary people or ordinary figures in MUN conferences. They are actually representing countries and areas of different countries. Therefore, they are taking the stance of a specific country. That's why personal feelings should be minimized. As a last thing of my today's video is use referencing to other materials. This is a very critical point for the chairs. They are noting whether your arguments have sources or no. If you are bringing a report, if you're bringing a statistical data, if you're bringing something else, a quote, maybe a scholar's quote, then you need to present the resource of that data to. From which source are you talking? That's a very critical point. And you can bring facts, you can quotes of great leaders and experts, example and statistical data, along with the references or sources. If you have any questions, please put your questions in our comment box. Salamuna. لیدونکو هیله د تاسې ښه اوسئ او روژه به انشاءالله تر دا دمه په خیر تېرېږي. څرنګه چې په تېره ویډیو کې موږ د MUN په کنفرانس په پروسیجر باندې وغږېدلو چې څنګه دغه کنفرانس شروع کېږي، کوم اکټیویټیانې پکې کېږي. په نننۍ ویډیو کې زه تاسو ته غواړم چې په ډیبیټ باندې وغږېږم چې ډیبیټ سیشن په MUN کنفرانسونو کې څه ډول وي. عموما ډیبیټ دا یو فارمل ډسکشن دی، رسمي یو بحث دی چې عموما په لیجسلیټیو اسمبلیز کې یا فارمل میټینګز کې او په دغه ځایونو کې صورت نیسي. په دې کې دوه اړخونه وي یا دوه ټیمونه وي یا دوه جانبه وي او په دا یو وین لوز پروسس دی. یو طرف ګټونکی بل طرف بایلونکی. په دې کې یو ټیم چې څه رقم ارګومنټس راوړي دویم ټیم هغه ردوي او خپل ارګومنټس پرې راوړي. په دې کې ځینې مهم شیان دي، هغه بیسیک رولز دي چې دغه د رولز چې شی دي هغه دا دی چې ټول باید په یو پوینټ باندې ټیم کې سره راجمع شي. د هغه یو سپیکر راځي، د دویم یو سپیکر راځي، یو د بل خبرې تاییدوي نه بلکې ردوي. دا یو ممکن یو رول دی او ځینې نور شیان چې پکې دي هغه د مخالف ټیم هغه ارګومنټس او دلایل د خپل ځان په نفع باندې استعمالول، د هغو په تاوان باندې استعمالول. د دې لپاره کریټیکل تھینکینګ او انالیټیکل تھینکینګ دا سکلونه ډېر مهم دي. ترڅنګ شخصي فیلینګ یا پرسنل فیلینګز دا باید مینیمایز شي، دا باید پکې نه وي. ځکه چې هلته کله ډیلیګیټس چې ګډون کوي هغوی عادي خلک نه وي، هغوی بلکې د هیوادونو استازي وي او د هیوادونو په سټینس باندې غږېږي. بله مهمه خبره پکې دا ده چې ریفرنس باید ذکر شي. هغه ریفرنسونه چې مثلا هغه ډیټا چې تاسې د ارګومنټس په دغه شکل باندې راوړئ، که سټیټسټیکل ډیټا وي، مثلا که مثالونه وي، کوټس وي خبرې وي د لیډرانو یا د ایکسپرټس او که حقایق وي د هغې لپاره تاسو باید ریفرنس هم ولرئ. ډېره مننه لیدونکو. If you haven't subscribed our channel yet, please press the bell icon so that you do not miss any videos. Thank you very much.